Good morning, I'm Physician Assistant Doug Williams. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about our Cool Sculpt therapy for body contouring. So let me just introduce you to our machine that we have and tell you some advantages over others. The basic principle with cryolipolysis or freezing your fat is that we can destroy fat without injuring your skin or your muscle. This works great where you've been exercising and dieting and haven't been able to lose those inches in like the waist area or sometimes in your back. So it doesn't matter how much you exercise, you just can't get that area to be the shape that you want. So this is a way of losing inches rather than pounds. So we apply a freezing applicator to your skin, and that applicator stays on that area for anywhere from 30 minutes to 60 minutes. What that does is it freezes the fat tissue. Afterwards, those cells are actually destroyed by the ice crystals, and your body metabolizes the tissue that's broken down, and you're able to break that down, and it passes through your feces or urine. So results can be seen within 1 to 2 months after each treatment. So most of the time you're going to need anywhere from 2 to 3 treatments to get your optimal improvement in inches. Just interesting tidbit about how we discovered this treatment. Pediatricians noticed parents bring in children and they had a little dent in their cheek. The pediatrician, they figured out that the kids were sucking on cold popsicles, and so when that popsicle on the inside of the cheek was being sucked on for a period of time, it actually was destroying the fat pad in the cheek, and it would leave a dent on the outside of the cheek. Some doctors actually realized that they could use the same process to actually help people lose body fat, and so things kind of took off from there. One of the advantages of this machine over previous machines is that it has multiple applicators. These applicators can be used all at the same time during one treatment, which means that if you wanted to treat your stomach and your flame, you could treat those all at one time. In the past, we've had to do an applicator on the stomach and maybe run that for 60 minutes and then move to another area, which means an hour on each area, which could be 2 to 3 hours just to try to get your circumference shrunken around the waist. Now we can do those all in the same treatment, taking 45 minutes to 60 minutes to do a treatment. If you wanted to do additional areas, then you could do another treatment for 30 to 45 minutes. Recapping that we're using freezing to actually destroy the fat. How that actually works with the applicator. The applicator actually has suction, and when it's applied to the skin, it will pull the fatty area that you want into this little device here. Each side has a metal plate that gets below freezing, and it chills the fat between these two paddles. By doing so, you are isolating the area that you want to destroy fat and contour the body. Most people will need anywhere from 1 to 3 treatments to get them to the body contour that they're desiring. With any procedure that we do, there's always a concern about pain or discomfort with the treatment. You may have a little bit of tingling or burning for the first few minutes of the tissue going down in temperature, but then you pretty much have no discomfort for the remaining part of the treatment.
Today we are going to walk you through Easton's Cool Sculpt treatment, performed by Rachel. Easton's treatment focused on the lower abdomen and love handle areas. After Easton changes into disposable clothing, Rachel grabs the lower abdomen area to see how much fat she's working with and determine which applicator is needed. Easton then gets comfortable in a treatment chair, and Rachel massages the area. She then puts the applicator up to the area to confirm the correct size. When treating the abdomen area, the applicator should be away from the navel, resting just above the pelvic bone. Rachel cleans the area with alcohol and applies an anti-freeze pad to protect the skin from below 0 temperatures. Easton's chair is adjusted so that she is in a lying position. Chair position differs depending on treatment area. Rachel applies the applicator to the area and puts as much fat as possible into it. She then activates the temperature settings and sets a timer for 60 minutes. She starts the applicator and fat from the area gets sucked in. The applicator begins freezing the fat to 0 degrees. Patients usually experience the most discomfort during these first couple of minutes.
It's not as uncomfortable as I would think. It's tight, it's not as much fatty tissue right at the lower abdomen, so when it pulls, it's like pulling myofascial tissue. It's very cold, and then essentially you're numb, so right about now, like, it's very comfortable. I mean, you can see this right here. Mm-hmm. I can't really feel it.
With about 50 minutes left on the abdomen area timer, Rachel massages and applies an antifreeze pad to both of Easton's love handle areas. The applicators will be placed above the hip bone on an angle to mimic the natural V shape. The love handle applicators are set to freeze for 45 minutes each. We may add pillows under the applicators in certain areas to prop them up and help patients remain comfortable. Easton now has time to relax and occupy herself with her phone or a book while the timer runs out. At the end of the 60 total minutes, applicators will be turned off in the same order in which they were applied. The areas of fat start to warm back up to body temperature, and applicators are removed. Rachel massages these areas to break up the cooled cells. Patients may feel discomfort during removal and massage. Patients do not need to massage anymore after treatment. Patients should follow up with another treatment after 3 months to experience the full effect of Cool Sculpt.